What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. I know everybody's been chatting about what's going on with the recent plane crash in Toronto at Pearson. If you've missed it, if you've been under a rock and haven't seen what happened, of course, we're talking about the Delta Airlines crash that took place at Toronto Pearson over on February 18th, I believe it was, or 17th. Sorry. So that would have been Monday. A lot of high winds. Snow on the ground. People saying, what caused this? Was it the weather? Was it a malfunction? I want to show you the real reason I believe that this plane had crashed, or at least one of the main contributing factors. We're going to get into that in this video. I just ask that if you're enjoying the content, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, leave a comment down below and a thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you think, costs absolutely nothing. With that said, let's get into today's video. Good friend David over at Moose of the Loose. I'd love to collab with him at some point. I got to make that happen sometime soon. Big shout out to Dave over at Moose on the Loose. Put out a video the other day saying, is it just me or does it look like the plane was coming down at a pretty steep angle? Brian Lilly, of course, posting the video taken from another aircraft, it looks like, as the plane is coming down. Now, one of the comments I made down below is that you can't see for sure, but I'm guessing it could have been an issue with the wing flaps. They don't look to be all the way down. Maybe ice buildup / high winds. Now, I'm going to show a little bit better clear view of the video, or at least as clear as we can get. But even somebody who seems to know what they're talking about chimed in later on saying, good catch. Normally, landing flap configurations at landing is 45 degrees. I'm not seeing much more than 25, even though the front slats are deployed. Here are the stall speeds for the CRJ 900 in two configurations. 25 degrees, it's 105 knots, 45, 100 knots. FYI, 151 knots is the advised landing airspeed at a 10-degree quartering wind gusting at 32 knots. So again, if you don't know much about airplanes, again, I don't want to toot my own horn. I spend a lot of time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that makes me an expert. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you can see the way the plane is coming down. In fact, let's... sorry, that was a different shot from Mark Carney's video. Here you can see the plane coming down, bursting into flames, by the way. Luckily, at the time of filming this video, no fatalities reported, which is unbelievable. But I want to focus on the plane coming in. So here on the wing, I know it's tough to see, but usually right about where this finger icon is, you'd see the 45-degree angle of the flaps, which you don't see. The landing gear is down. But look at the degree in which the plane is coming in, how hard it's coming into the ground. Now, of course, all landing gears are down, so there was no frozen landing gear. You see it coming in. The speed at which it's coming down, and here it is right here. You can see it's landing on an angle. So the right wheel is touching the ground first. The plane is not centralized. Yes, there's blowing winds. A lot of people said wind was a contributing factor. But you can see the tilt on the plane already before it hits the ground. Now, if the plane were to slide and the plane is not 100% level, that's what's ultimately going to cause the crash. So you see it come down slowly. That thud on the wheels. Look at the wheels going up as soon as it hits. Now, that typically happens, but there's the slip. And you can see the plane slide, tail slide. There's the burst into flames. So what this shows you from the wheels going down, and again, I'm no expert, this is just observation, but when the wheels come in, the tremendous pressure and speed at which this plane made contact with the ground destroyed the landing gear and burst the plane into flames, which then caused it to spiral out of control, flip over top, upside down, and off the runway. What's funny about this situation is there's videos going around on the internet of people being taken out of the plane, filming the whole incident. Rightfully they should, especially if they're injured. They have to document everything that's going on. You have staff on the plane saying, shut your phones off, give us your phones, put them away. They're being told not to film as they're leaving the plane. Why is that? What do they have to hide, I wonder? Well, what you have to take into consideration is who was manning this flight. Endeavor Air. Now here it is. End Wokeness saying, this tweet is still up, by the way. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Your flight is unmanned today. Hashtag girl power. This is Endeavor Air, who contracts out through Delta. Sorry, I should have had that on the screen. They contract through Delta. These are the people who were flying from Minneapolis to Toronto. Not these particular people, but this company. They're known for having all-female flight crews. DEI. Now, we've seen through DEI when you look at the helicopter crash in Washington, when you look at the fires in Los Angeles, what DEI has done. Here's End Wokeness again, stating out the plane that crashed in Toronto was a Delta flight operated by Endeavor Air, small airline obsessed with all-female unmanned flights. Now, I can't play the audio of this video because, of course, copyright. But we'll play it in mute here. Leaving the flying to the men? I don't think so. I don't think so. Here we go. Yep, all these professional DEI hires, and I'm not trying to say that women can't fly airplanes. I'm not trying to say that they're not capable or that men are somehow experts. But what I'm saying is that the track record for DEI hires doesn't really prove to be too positive when it comes to dealing with stressful situations. Experience trumps everything. For a company that's so focused on, we want females over experience or over those who are qualified, all females, by the way, no men, this sets a very dangerous precedent. And one that is saying it caused this flight to come crashing down. Again, when we look at how it came in, look at how quickly it's coming into the ground. Like, for all those who think I'm just, hey, you're speeding it up, let's take a look at the actual video. Look how fast it's coming into the ground. I've been on a lot of flights. Planes do not come in that hard and heavy. Now, I spoke with a colleague of mine who's also an engineer, who said, you know, it could have been that through the snowstorm, through the sunlight, through a lot of things, they could have been blinded. They could have not seen the runway clearly and came in too hard. There could have been a million different reasons. But what I'm talking about here is the level and degree of experience that it takes to run these flights, and that there could have been a multitude of considerable factors. There could have been icing on the wings. There could have been an issue with the flaps. There could have been the blindsiding again of not seeing the ground too quickly, though you have altimeters to tell you your altitude. You have a radio control tower guiding you in. So there's many factors here that still have yet to be explained. But when you look at the track record of the DEI hires in Los Angeles with the fires, when you look at the Black Hawk helicopter crash, when you look at everything that's happened, even in Canada, look at the DEI hires that burned down Banff National Park just to take a photo op and say, we're firefighters, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, you burned down a provincial park, or at least a very large section of it. DEI does nothing. You end up with problems like this. And while many issues have happened with aircraft in recent months, this is by far the scariest. I can tell you that as somebody who travels via air, it's definitely deterred me from flying, at least in the near future, until they get this kind of stuff under control. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think DEI contributed to the crash? Does it look like pilot error when you look at the plane coming in, or do you believe that there was a number of factors contributing to this plane crash? Let me know your thoughts down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Don't forget to hit that bar again and click your bell for notifications. Join me live here on the channel twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays, for Unhinged Fringe on Wednesdays, my live streaming show, and Friday Night Fringe on Fridays, where I sit down with the beautiful Mrs. Fringe and we talk about everything that's happened in politics for the week, and back and forth with our great, amazing YouTube community. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say in both of those live streams, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say this Friday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, on the channel. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.